Good morning. It's really nice to see a lot of purple out there. You know, I'm a former nurse. Thank you. Management needs to sit down and come to reality. But anyways, let's get back to minimum wage. I've been at this many signings since 2012, when Rhode Island's minimum wage was $7.40. One reason we keep coming back down to this issue, that in recent years the federal government has given up on minimum wage. It's still $7.25 per hour at the federal level, same as 2009. Thankfully, we haven't given up in Rhode Island. I want to thank my fellow lawmakers and advocates whose leadership and hard work got this bill across the finish line, especially my co-sponsor, Senator Burke, Governor McKee, Speaker Shikachi, and President Lawson, and my friends at the AFL-CIO. Today, we're providing relief to workers struggling with the rising cost of living, while keeping competitive with our neighboring states. Our neighbors in Connecticut have pegged their rises to inflation, but that's harder to predict for businesses and workers. The bill provides an even, predictable rise in wages that businesses can plan on for years in advance. Thank you all again for the work to continue this progress and that we've made in the last few years to help Rhode Island working families and themselves. I plan on seeing you back here in a few years to do this again. I'd like to introduce my co-sponsor, Senator John Burke.
Good morning, thank you. I'd like to echo the sentiments of Rep. Bennett on the 1199 people. It's an honor to be here on behalf of the President Lawson, Leader Chacon, Whip Jacoyan, and all my Senate colleagues. I want to thank and recognize Governor McKee, Rep. Bennett, and Pat Crowley, and all the other leaders, advocates, and stakeholders who've worked hard on this bill. The legislation marks a step forward as we continue to support working families and lead our economy healthy. As chair of the Senate Committee on Labor and Gaming, the Senate sponsor of this legislation, I know this will make a real difference. Thousands of workers across Rhode Island earn less than a livable wage. We all know costs are rising across the board. The working families that make up the backbone of our state are struggling to keep up. This will make Rhode Island more competitive, it will improve the quality for families, and it is quite simply the right thing to do. Thank you all for being here and being part of this bill signing. And I'd like to introduce, who needs no introduction, Pat Crowley of the AFL-CIO.
Well, thank you, Chairman Burke, Chairman Bennett, and especially you, Governor McKee, for this important day here in Rhode Island. You know, there's a lot of people to thank. This is not something that gets over the finish line by the efforts of one person or one organization. So I particularly like to thank my friends at the United Way of Rhode Island, the Economic Progress Institute, but most importantly, all of the union members that are here today. This is a rank and file driven initiative. This is about lifting wages from the bottom up. This is about making sure that working class Rhode Islanders earn a standard of living, not just to provide for the basics, but to enjoy everything Rhode Island has to offer. This is a beautiful state. There's a lot of things to do, especially on a summer day in the middle of August, where we could all be on a beach or doing something else a lot more fun. But it's critically important that we recognize the victory that's here before us today. And I know all of the members of organized labor that are here in this room, especially my siblings in 1199 who are fighting every single day for a fair contract at Butler Hospital. This is what Rhode Island looks like in this room. Working people gathered together, fighting not just for themselves, but for every single person in the state. About 50,000 Rhode Islanders earn the minimum wage. Every dollar increase is a $2,000 increase in their salary. That's $100 million more in the economy. That's more money spent at the local grocery store. That's more money spent at the local pizza shop. That's more money spent in small businesses across the state of Rhode Island. We drive the economy, and when we increase the minimum wage, we make sure that this economy works for everyone. So thank you all for being here today. And Governor, let's sign this bill.
Good morning, everyone. It's great to have you here, and it's always a great day when the General Assembly and our office are able to work with people who are trying to help improve people's lives. So it's great to be here again with Rep. Bennett, and of course Senator Burke and Patrick Crowley from the AFL-CIO. Shout out to the leadership with both the President Lawson and Speaker Sakachi as well, because I know that they have a great deal to do with moving legislation forward. So we all know that their hard work has paid off, and so we meet today to talk about raising the minimum wage from $15 to $17. That keeps pace with inflation. It also actually puts us in a leadership position in the area, in the region as well. So this legislation sends a clear message. We stand with working Rhode Islanders. It's a vision for Rhode Island's future in three key areas, which I mentioned in my State of the State address several times, that education is one of our pillars, raising academic outcomes, creating pathways for individuals to get their certificate degrees, 2-year degrees, 4-year degrees, and provide pathways to make that happen. And we are making progress there. The health is so important for us to make sure that we're doing everything we can so people can be healthy. And then the third leg of that stool is raising incomes. And we're doing that each and every day in the state of Rhode Island with the things that we're building. Patrick knows that we're building things. We're putting the people to work at really good paying jobs, and we're building things that are going to pay dividends for decades to come. Whether it's investing in our infrastructure, whether it's investing in our schools, whether it's investing in our life science areas, we continually be investing our dollars in ways to put people to work and have them have good paying jobs as a result of that. So the last key, that raising income and the wages, we're committed to raising incomes across the board. Again, that's why we're investing in job training, and we need to make sure that we're continually lifting people up in their incomes. That we can offset a great deal of home insecurity and food insecurity by providing jobs and creating incomes. So attracting companies with good paying jobs is certainly at the core of this as well, and presenting the students and grads for careers in high growth industries like cybersecurity with the Hope Scholarship at Rhode Island College. That's a really good program to continue to raise incomes, right? So that young people that are over there 2 years on a 2.5 with a 4-year path to a degree, they can pick up their junior and senior year at no tuition. That's a big deal for us. And we need to keep on encouraging young people to develop their skills. But this bill is one piece of the work that we're doing to give Rhode Island the opportunity to reach their fullest potential. Making sure no one gets left behind. I'm really proud to be able to sign this legislation today and work with individuals that believe that this is really important work. So I'd like to introduce Representative David Bennett. Come on up, David. I know that David is working on multiple issues, but I'm sure that he's got some ideas why you did you sponsor this legislation, David. Come on up here.